Hello, welcome to lesson 4. In this lesson, we are going to look at the mode of grouped data, and also we shall look at the median of grouped data. Let us begin by looking at the mode of grouped data. When we talk of the mode of a set of data is the value that occurs most frequently. Let us also define what we call a model class. A model class, this is the class with the highest frequency. Let's see how we can get the mode of a grouped data. So the mode of a grouped data is calculated from the formula below. That is, mode is equal to L1 plus D1 divided by D1 plus D2 times C, where the L1 is the lower class boundary of the model class, and the D1 is the difference between the highest frequency and that before it, and then the D2 is the difference between the highest frequency and that after it, and then the C is the class width. Let's also look at the median, how we can get a median. That is the median of grouped data. And the median is the value that divides the distribution into two equal parts with equal frequencies. Let's also look at what we call the median class. The median class is the class that contains the median. The median for a grouped data is calculated from this formula. That is, median is equal to L1 plus N over 2 minus FB divided by FM times C, where this time round the L1 represents the lower class boundary of the median class, and then the N is the total number of observation. N is the total number of observation, or it is the sum of the frequency. And then the FB, this is meant to be F subscript B, F subscript B. That FB, the F subscript B is the cumulative frequency before the median class. The cumulative frequency before the median class. And then the F subscript M is the frequency of the median class. Then C is the class width. Okay, let us look at some example here to be able to see how we can use those formulas that we have seen. So here we have our first example. We have our example. The table below shows the marks observed in the end of year exams in mathematics by senior 3 students of Akalo Secondary School in 2019. So here we have the table. Here these are the marks out of 100, number of students, class marks, and then FX. So the question is, or the task is copy and complete the table above, and hence calculate the mean, mark, and the mode for all students. So we have the table there, and then after that I've also told us that obtain the cumulative distribution table and use the table to find the median mark. So we have this first task A and then the second task B here. Let's look at the solution. We are going to have to copy and then complete the table and then use it to calculate the mean mark, and then we shall also get the cumulative distribution table and use the table to find the median mark. So that means that we first of all, let us get that table and then we copy it. So there we have the table, and then from the table we are also going to have these other extensions just to cater for the median, because we also want to get the median mark. So that's why I've added these two columns. So the table which was given is that, but we have added this. This is going to help us to get the median mark. So let's start by completing this table. We need the class marks or the mid mark. Remember, the class mark, you get the lower class limit plus the upper class limit and then divide by 2. So I think by now you are well versed with that. So let us do this very fast. So we shall have 10 plus 14 divide by 2, which will give us 12. Then 15 plus 19 divide by 2 gives us 17. And then we have 20 plus 24 divide by 2, that is 22. And then we have 25 plus 29 divide by 2, that is 27. Then 30 plus 34 divided by 2, that is 32. And then we have 35 plus 39 divided by 2, that is 37. And then we have 40 plus 44, that is 84 divided by 2, 42. And then 45 plus 49 divided by 2 gives us 47. And let's go ahead and also get f of x. So we shall multiply f times x. So using a calculator, let's work out this together. So 8 times 12, 96. 6 times 17, 102. And then 14 plus 22. 14 times 22, we are multiplying. 8 times 12, that is 96. 6 times 17, 102. 14 times 22, 308. And then 18 times 27, 486. 10 times 32, that's 320. Then 12 times 37, 444. 12 times 42, 336. And then lastly, because here we have 8 times 42, that's 336, and then 6 times 47, 6 times 47 gives us 282. Yeah, so we have finished that. Now we need to get the summation of f and then the summation of fx. For summation of f, we have to add this. So using our calculator again, let's work out this together. 8 plus 6 plus 14 plus 18 plus 10 plus 12 plus 8, then plus 6, that is 82. Then here 96 plus 102 plus 308 plus 486 plus 320, that's 320, plus 444 plus 336 plus 282. That gives us 2374. Yeah, so we have finished filling this table. Now since we want to also even get the median, we shall also get the cumulative frequency, and then we also shall need a class boundary. So let's get a class boundary here, and then we shall also have the cumulative frequency here. So the cumulative frequency, we are representing it using capital F, and frequency we use small f. Now remember how we get the class boundary. If it is for classes without decimal places, we subtract 0.5 from the lower class limit and add 0.5 to the upper class limit. So it means that here we shall have 9.5 to 14.5, and the next is going to be 14.5 to 19.5. Then the next is going to be 19.5 to 24.5. And next is going to be 24.5 to 29.5. Then the next 29.5 to 34.5. Next 34.5 to 39.5. Next we have 39.5 to 44.5. And lastly 44.5 to 49.5. Let's also get the cumulative frequency. Remember, if you're getting the cumulative frequency here, it is we cumulate the frequency. So we start by the first value is going to be 8 for the cumulative frequency. The next is going to be 8 plus 6, which gives us 14. Then the next we get 14 plus 14, 28. The next is going to be 28 plus 18. We are using our calculator here. 28 plus 18 gives us 46. Then the next is 46 plus 10, which is 56. Then 56 plus 12, that is 68. And then 68 plus 8, that is 76. And then lastly 76 plus 6, that is 82. Yeah, so the last value here must be corresponding to the summation of f. If it is not corresponding, then there must be some error somewhere. So since we have 82 and 82, then we are okay to go. Now let's work out the first part. Remember, I wanted us to get the mean and then the mode. So let's start by getting the mean. So the mean is summation of fx divided by the summation of f, where summation of fx is 2374 and summation of f is 82. So when we substitute for that, we shall have 2374 divided by 82, which will give us 28.95. So that is going to be the mean. That is, of course, the mean mark. Then The next is getting the mod using the formula. Mod is equal to L1 plus D1 over D2 plus D1 plus D2. D1 divided by D1 plus D2 times C, where L1 is the lower class boundary of the model class. So first, to get the model class, we go back to the table in order for us to get that. So let's just reverse back to the table and we see the model class. So the model class, you pick the mod first of all, then mod using the frequency. The mod is that value, the value of the highest frequency, and that is 18. So the model class is this class which contains 18. So the model class is this. So the lower class boundary of the model class is going to be 24.5. And when it comes to the median, when we want to get the lower class boundary of the median class, for us to get the median class, we use the cumulative frequency. Now remember, so we shall get the highest value of the cumulative frequency, that's 82, which is usually the summation of f, and then divide by 2, which will give us 41, and then we see where the 41 lies. And when we look through this, the 41 is going to lie within 46 because 46 contains 41. So we shall take this 46, the class which contains the 46, and that is this class. So it means that the lower class boundary of the median class is also still going to be 24.5. So the lower class boundary for the median class is 24.5, and also the lower class boundary of the model class is also 24.5. Let's go back. So here we shall have our L1 is going to be 24.5, D1 is going to be 18 minus 14. We are using the table, which gives us 4. And then also D2 is 18 minus 10. That is remember, this is the difference. The D2 here is and D2 is the difference between the highest frequency and the frequency just after, and then D1 is highest frequency and frequency just before. Then C is 5, because you just need to subtract the upper class boundary and the lower class boundary. That C will be 5. So when we substitute, we shall have our mod as this, that is 24.5 plus 1.67, which will give us 26.17, and that will be the mod. And then also the question wanted us to get the cumulative, to get the median. So from what I've been trying to explain is that from the cumulative frequency, which is equal to 82, we see that the median item is going to be 82 divided by 2, which is 41. So we look for the 41st item, and the 41st item lies within that 41st item lies within the class of 25 to 29, and we were able to see that. So it means that in that case, the lower class boundary, we got it as 24.5. So L1 is 24.5, N is 82, FB is 28, that is the frequency of the, remember FB is the frequency, the cumulative frequency, that is the cumulative frequency before the median class. The cumulative frequency before the median class, and that's 28, and then the frequency of the median class is 18, and then the C is 5. So when we substitute, we shall have our median as 28.1. Yeah. So that is it. In our next lesson, we shall look at presentation of data. Yeah. Thank you for your attention in this lesson. We meet in the next lesson.